He's over the blue line. Shot, he scores! All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lewis University Television Network. And a big save. Power move to the middle. Wilninski foul in the back of the net. Fake shot, another shot. He goes upstairs right there. Take his team ahead by 2. Another shot! And Brian Goot scores the goal. Excellent diving play there. Oh, mama.
Hello and welcome to Lewis University Television Network, presenting Lewis University Hockey and your Lewis University Flyers. I'm Matthew Carlson. We're presenting the Lewis University Hockey pre-game show. We have a matchup today between the Lewis University Flyers and the Bradley Braves. Today, coming off of a game yesterday, started at 7 p.m., and the Flyers came out hot yesterday, unfortunately ending that game with a loss. Ended up being a tough one in the end, going into overtime. The Lewis University Flyers looking absolutely amazing on offense yesterday, creating many chances, built off a lot of things that we had not seen in preseason. Looking even better in front of net. Needed to capitalize, though, on those chances. A lot of missed opportunities in terms of, passes coming across the net. A lot of backdoor opportunities missed. A few whiff shots. They're going to look to come back and capitalize on those points today to make sure that they're getting some easier goal-scoring opportunities. When you bring it back and you're coming back on defense, you're looking at the Flyers' defensive lineup. They've got some big power, and they've been looking to capitalize on that. They weren't able to do that as much as they were looking to in the preseason. But coming into yesterday's game and all throughout the game, they're coming up with some big stops, keeping their goalie from having to stop as many pucks as he needed to during the game. And the defense coming up big yesterday. What we're looking for today in terms of, Lewis University Flyers and as a whole team is making sure that they're not rushing in their build-up on offense. When they're looking to move forward up the ice, there's a lot of pressure coming in from the forecheck from Bradley, and they weren't able to capitalize on some key passes that may have been able to ease their breakaway up through the offensive zone, over the red line, and through onto net. And that's something that they're going to be looking on today. In terms of Bradley, there's a lot of offensive power, quick breakouts. Something that they were able to capitalize a lot on yesterday was their ability to catch the defense of the Lewis Flyers off guard. Nothing that they did better was coming from their defensive and moving across the ice. It's something that the Flyers have been needing to work on into the Flyers' defensive end of the ice, and they were able to capitalize several times in terms of breakaways. Something the Lewis defense, again, also needs to work on in this game today. They conceded 2 interference calls and gave up 2 penalty shots, neither of which were scored upon, but there's some attempts that look like they might be in terms of desperation from the Lewis University defense. That's something they're going to be looking to impound on today and make sure that also doesn't happen. Keeping shots on target, keeping the defense in line, moving quickly, not panicking. These are key things for Lewis Flyers to work on today. And conversations in the locker room before and after the game, and then before the game today, I'm sure we're looking key into those aspects. The Bradley Braves today, looking forward to another game. Hopefully they're not going to come out with the win today. They're going to be looking to expound on their win yesterday, though, however. And we'll see how that goes. Key players from yesterday's game for the Lewis Flyers include Scotty Ernsting, really putting pucks on net, making sure that he's moving speedily through the zone, working around defensemen. He's a key player moving forward up the ice. Additionally, big on defense yesterday, including with a couple of shots, was Morefoot. Morefoot getting some shots off early, actually. He was doing, in the first period, pretty outstanding in terms of getting shots on net, and they were able to capitalize on those chances defensively. Also yesterday, Brian Goot with some big hits yesterday. He may need to be a little careful today. Almost conceded some gruesome hits, might have ended up being a penalty, so he's going to be a little more cautious today in terms of his physical ability to knock players down. Yesterday, we were able to see for the first time this season the Lewis University Flyers go into overtime and play some 3-on-3 hockey, something that, we don't get to see a lot of here in an ACHA level. And the Flyers are going to be looking today, if that were to happen again, to make sure that they're able to set up and regroup. They were looking to come out in a fast attack and got caught out late yesterday, only a couple minutes into overtime, and that's something that they're going to be looking forward to doing today, is if they are going into an overtime, not to concede early and to make sure that they're setting up, giving themselves time. Overall today for the Lewis Flyers, we're going to hope that they come out big and strong. They had a fire under their belly yesterday, and you better hope that they're going to have a fire under their belly today. And as we're going through warm-ups nearing the end, we're going to see how they come out. They're looking strong already, taking lots of shots on net, getting pucks in the net, and we'll find out what happens during the game today. You're tuned into Lewis University Television Network. You're listening to Lewis Flyers Hockey.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
From Oak Point, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a graduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a commuter student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am Segi Bow, also known as King Kwan, and I am proud to be a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an international student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm from St. Augustine, and I'm a Lewis Flyer. I'm an aviation maintenance major, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a first-year student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am a general construction pre-apprentice, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an undergraduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a transfer student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a fully online student. I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm from Homer Glen, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am an international graduate student from China. I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a women's basketball player, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
My name is William Jones. I'm glad to be a flyer for Lewis University.
I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a graduate student at Oak Brook campus, and we are Flyers.
I'm from Chicago, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a track and field athlete, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am from Brazil, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a graduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a biology and chemistry major, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers. We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers. We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you.
What are you gonna wish for, Grandpa?
Don't just wish you had taken care of your hearing loss. Take action today. Visit ActNow on hearing.com to learn the signs and find an ASHA-certified audiologist near you.
We're here for the re-kickoff of the Innovation Hub, and it's nice to be able to do a refresh.
Innovation Hub is a community. It's a community of innovators, entrepreneurs, creators who have come together to change the world. The Hub's going to help students and community in several different ways. First of all, provide a physical space where we can come and they can actually rent desks and hang out and have an office. More importantly, we're going to have a series of support from a community standpoint, including speaker series, including quarterly meetups, including professional development programs, including ways to take you from 0 to 100 in no time flat with your business called growth hacking.
Tonight I am here to talk about my application and how the pitch competition and the Innovation Hub have brought me to where I am today. Being able to help out people in the community regarding shopping is one of the biggest things we could be doing to help anyone out. It is such a big part of everyone's lives, and what we want to do is make a business out of it and hopefully make people's lives easier and make new products, whatever it is, to hone in on making people's lives more efficient.
This is the story of Lewis University, located 35 miles southwest of Chicago. Founded in 1932 with a focus on aviation technology, Lewis is a Catholic and Lasallian university that welcomes students of all faiths and cultures. Your understanding of diverse cultures will help you to succeed in the global workplace. At Lewis, our faculty walk side by side with our students, helping them apply what they learn in the classroom to real life. In law enforcement, nursing, aviation, business, the sciences, teaching, and the arts, all making a difference. Our students have purpose in learning. They are problem solvers, thinkers, doers. Upon graduation, Lewis students are prepared to create better communities, communities that universally welcome, support, and encourage all to create a better world. Now it is your turn. How will you impact our world? Apply at lewisu.edu.
Every 2 seconds, a hospital patient needs a life-saving blood transfusion. Every 2 seconds, there's an urgent need for blood donation. Every second matters. In an emergency, doctors may face impossible choices. Who gets blood and who must wait? Will you roll up a sleeve and give? Because of you, life doesn't stop. Donate blood. Make your appointment today at Vitalant.org.
Hello, I'm Will Jimeno. I'm a retired Port Authority police detective and a 9/11 survivor. For 13 hours, I was buried under the rubble of the World Trade Center. I was rescued thanks to brave people who were willing to put their own lives on the line to save mine. For 9/11 this year, a National Day of Service, I'll be paying it forward by taking time to help others. Please join me by doing your own good deed that day. Visit 911day.org to learn more.
Providing students with the skills and qualities needed to be successful, the Lewis University Radio and Television Broadcasting Department prepares students for high-level performance in their endeavors. The broadcasting professor supplies students with numerous chances outside of the classroom to sharpen their tools and get a taste of the real world of broadcasting.
I just thought it was really interesting and I want to go into sports media. Everyone's really welcoming, even if you have no experience. Like, you will be uncomfortable at the beginning, like I was, but once you start into it, you'll be more comfortable as your teachers explain everything.
Technical directing, editing, producing, and anchoring are just some of the countless broadcasting roles students can get involved with during their first week in the program. From being on the air to producing behind the scenes, students will acquire valuable life skills in addition to what they learned in broadcasting. All majors are welcome, and to get started, visit lewisu.edu/admissions so you can make a difference and take your talents to the next level.
We're with Bridget.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lewis University Television Network. Logan Kapp alongside Matt Carlson for some more Flyers hockey. And we're back for Game 2 of the series between the Bradley Braves and your Lewis Flyers. Recap of yesterday, if you missed the pregame show, the Flyers ended up losing in overtime after a series of offensive chances on either side of the ice. Flyers just couldn't get it done in extra time. They'll be looking to extract some revenge today out of the Braves, as Ricci will bring it up the left wing side into the zone with a quick shot. And that one's turned aside by Braden Wickline. Here comes Borger into the zone. Left wing side, a patted away by Zagat, who's getting his second start this weekend for Flyers hockey. Played really well yesterday, Matt. We talked a lot about him.
Indeed we did. Played really well right off the start. Really nothing to complain about. Conceded, just a few goals, but at the end of the day, if you were to look at his stat line, absolutely outstanding play for Sam yesterday.
18:42 left to go in the first period. We had a offsides stoppage of play. Flyers win that faceoff. Morefoot tries to go up the right wing boards, but it deflected off the stick of Grady Blessing and up and out of play. Grady Blessing had the winner yesterday in overtime for the Braves. Talked a little bit about him last game, in that last year he was the tied for second in overall points for the Braves. So again, he'll be a player to watch today. Dan Johnson will backhand that one down low, where it's received by Malbin behind the net. Malbin collides with Omer there. Flyers force a turnover. Here's Selman. Couldn't quite get full possession, and that allows Grady Blessing to start the breakout, but he tried to go high off the glass and went right out of play, so we'll see a face-off now in Bradley's end with 17:58 left to go in the first period.
And something the Lewis Flyers are really going to be looking to capitalize on today compared to yesterday is making sure they're winning the faceoff in the offensive zone of the ice and immediately trying to pound the goal with the puck. Something that they kind of struggled to do yesterday, Logan.
Flyers ended up losing that faceoff. Grady Blessing with speed into the Flyers zone. He's dragged down there by Braden Robertson. No calls, so we play on. Here comes Logan Pickens. Ernsting was moving too fast, trying to drag the left skate, but couldn't stay on sides, in the opinion of the linesman. So we'll see a face-off now out in front of Bradley's bench with 17:44 left to go in the first. Flyers looking to get off to a quick start today. There were no goals in the first period yesterday, so both teams will be looking to find the back of the net early here in period number one. Nico Felice battles and comes away with the puck, tries to dangle around Caden Peter to no avail. Here's Scotty Ernsting. He will turn on the Jets into the Bradley Braves zone, and he literally tried to go right through the chest of Jacob Gousset, and he was unable to do so. Here's a shot by Ricci. He fanned on it. Here comes the Braves into the zone. Shot saved by Zagat. That was the Bradley Braves captain, Andrew Spence. And the Flyers netminder came out on top. Shot that time was soaked up by Wickline. And here early at Canlan, we have a goaltending battle.
And Logan, that was something that I talked about in the pregame show, is that the Lewis Flyers defense needs to make sure that they are able to set themselves up, get themselves time, because Bradley is really keen on that breakaway. It's something that they've been able to capitalize on, especially yesterday and already in this game so far.
Wilninski will send it up to the Pego on the point, who has a shot. That one is in and out of the glove of Wickline. Logan Stumpf tries a toe drag, but Paul Contreras stripped it, and DePego's back on the back check. He's dragged down, no call, so we play on.
A little modeling pose there in the back of net as he just slides right in there.
DePego was tangled up on the back check there with Nico Felice, I believe.
Yeah, you might as well have some fun with it.
And couldn't quite get full possession of that puck, but ends up going crashing into the net behind us again. 16:32 left to go in the first frame, tied up 0 goals aside. It looks like there's a little bit of confusion on where this faceoff will take place. Straker in to take it against Wilninski of the Flyers. Tie up, Flyers come away with it. Set face-off play sends Logan Stumpf ahead, but that pass was just out of his reach. Alex Fronte forces a turnover. Wilninski with the shot, turned aside by Wickline. Up to the point. Here's Ricci, kept it in, or did not, rather. And so the Flyers have to clear the zone. DePego to Ricci, up to Stumpf. He will loft it in and come off for a line change. Benalagna to Caden Ulmer. On his backhand as the puck poked away. And Johnson will turn around and shoot, but that one got blocked out in front of the net. Wes Stryker was on the end of a long line, a long shift, so he couldn't quite get possession of that. He'll come off for a line change. Malvin works the puck up the right wing side, turns it over to Ulmer, who will backhand it down low. And again, Bradley turns the puck over. Duerfard's finally able to skate that one out of his own zone, where Vinny Felice is up on the forecheck. Felice will shovel that one into the Flyers zone. And a battle ensues in the near side corner. Tommy Shack sends that one back down low. Dan Johnson will pick it up in the far side corner. A shot from the point, kind of didn't get all of it. And Caden Ulmer will come away with that puck. Up the left wing boards, will shoot it as he enters the zone. And it's patted aside with a big butterfly save there by Wickline. Borger over the blue line. Couldn't beat the puck over the line, so they are offsides. 14:36 now left to go in the first period.
And something the Lewis Flyers already doing very well is making sure that puck is turned over in their favor in their offensive zone of the ice. Getting a lot of chances on net so far already.
Here's Beckwith. Tries a centering pass. That one sticked aside by Sam Zagat. And that one goes up and out by Logan Pickens. And it will go far enough for an icing call, so we'll see another face-off in the Flyers' end with 14:19 left to go in the first. Won by the Braves, sent down low to Ernsting. And a point shot again is blocked out in front of the net. Pickens is unable to clear it. Back to Brian Goot. Flyers captain in his own zone is tied up, has to stick slashed out of his hands there. And now he's tied up on the boards. Logan Pickens will send it across. Robertson's fan on that pass. That forces Logan Pickens again to come in and scoop it up. Staylock centering pass to Blue Beckwith, who had a shot, but again deflected out in front of the net. Scotty Ernsting strips it. Here comes the Magic Man into the zone. Scotty Ernsting to his forehand shot, rebound, scores! Logan Pickens off the rebound. Flyers ahead 1-0.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. That breakaway, that Lewis Flyers breakaway, when they can get away with it and they have two men, their eyes are scanning across the ice. And you know what you can get out of that is a goal, exactly what we saw just there. The Lewis Flyers coming out absolutely hot in this one so far. And there's one good difference from yesterday, is a goal in the first period in the favor of the Flyers. We'll see what they can do to keep that one going.
Flyers off to an early lead today in the first period. They did score first yesterday, so the Flyers will look to have a little bit more success in game 2. Here's Logan Stumpf, walks to the middle, shoots, and a big glove save that time by Wickline, and he will hold on.
And I'm not sure if Walninski was looking for the pass there, but definitely trying to get in the way of the goalie's sight line. I mean, near been a goal.
Here's Stumpf again off the faceoff. A low shot is wide of the net. DePego finds it, goes across to Alex Fronte, and he will ring it around the boards. Wilninski swoops in, picks up the puck, is squeezed off the puck there, but the Flyers retain possession. Puck is sent out, sends Paul Contreras ahead, but Ritchie is back to receive. Fans on the puck, Ritchie turns it over. Paul Contreras to the middle, and Zagat comes and pounces on top of that puck and shuts that opportunity down.
And that's exactly what we were seeing yesterday from Sam Zagat, the attentiveness that he has in the blue paint there, making sure that that puck doesn't go anywhere but in his glove, right in the trapper. And no problem for him there.
Ulmer and Vinny Felice will conduct this face-off, won by the Braves. Tommy Shack fans on a shot, and the puck comes back to Jack Selman. He sends Caden Ulmer ahead. Zach Melvin is back to get it for his team. Ulmer on the forecheck, can't quite force a turnover. Here comes Grady Blessing, backhands that one into the Flyers zone. Morefoot. Can't quite get that puck. And so Shack will send it on net. Here come the Flyers. Selman sends it across. Back to Alagna now in his own zone. Big body check there by Jack Selman on Melbourne. And the physical contact picking up here in the first period. Here comes Alagna into the zone, shot through traffic. And Ernsting was just skating in front of the net and is cross-checked there right into the netminder by Melvin. But it doesn't look like any penalties will be assessed.
No penalties assessed, but a stick broken, as far as I'm concerned. Another great offensive opportunity for the Lewis Flyers there as they set up for the face-off in the offensive zone of the ice.
Gousset gets it in his own defensive zone. Ernsting forces a turnover. Scotty Ernsting to Pickens again with the shot. Pickens found the space and increases his team's lead to 2 goals. Logan Pickens, 2 goals in the first period.
And that's exactly what we need to see from Logan Pickens. He's been a big contributor last season, and this season looking to do the exact same thing. 2 goals in the first period for the Lewis Flyers. And you talk about a team that wants to come back and show their worth. This is what they're doing right now.
Logan Pickens. Again, the hotline stays on the ice. Brian Goot, Scotty Ernsting, and Logan Pickens. That's 2 apples for Ernsting as well. We'll see what they can muster up here. Again, here comes the magic man, Scotty Ernsting, around the defenseman. He's into the zone. Ernsting on his backhand, centering pass to Goot. And a big glove save there by Wickline. Goot had the touch on it. But again, it was a big save by the Braves netminder. Robertson back to retrieve. Again, we'll try to hit Pickens. The Flyers doing a good job to force another turnover here. Here's Wilninski on his backhand, tries to bring it to the middle, but he's forced behind the net by Jacob Rack. And the Flyers are firing on all cylinders right now as that point shot is deflected up into the protective netting. And so we'll see a face-off in the Braves' end. 10-10 left to go in the first period. Flyers up 2-0.
And by Robertson keeping that puck on the ice, might have actually fooled the goaltender. He's probably looking for a shot up in the air. There's blocker's side, and it ended up low. It may have easily been a goal.
Warning to the Lewis Flyers on this face-off. Wilninski, I don't know what he was waiting for on that one, but
I couldn't tell you.
Finally, the puck is dropped. The Pego keeps it in, down to Sam Warner on the dasher board. Pile up, and away comes Vinny Felice into the Flyers zone. Toe drag, still has the puck. Felice on his backhand, a big save by Zagat again. Logan Stumpf on the far side, can't stick around Zach Melvin that time. The Flyers still can't get it out. Here's Vinny Felice in the near side corner, walks the middle, shot hit the side of the net. Braves still have the puck. Near side corner, Grady Blessing tried to go up to Tommy Shack on the point, and Logan Stumpf couldn't quite poke it by, but the Braves are offsides.
And another thing I was noticing too, Logan, is that goal was out of its moorings there for a little bit. And I'm almost surprised that that wasn't called. And they were able to put it right back in, I guess. So it didn't even matter at the end of the day.
Braves showing some life here in the offensive zone. Moorfoot will send it up the far side boards right to Bosley, who shoots, and that one's blocked out in front of the net by Alagna. Caden Ulmer sticks it up. Stick down by Bosley, but it will come back to Ulmer. Over the red line is Caden Ulmer. He will dump it in on goal. Ulmer retrieves the dump in there, but can't quite get anything going. And so all the way back in the Flyers zone it goes. Alagna up to Dan Johnson, who sticks it up. And a big body check there by Ulmer. Puck is forced through by Johnson. He's into the zone. Dan Johnson still has the puck down in the near side corner. Johnson battles through a couple body checks there from, I believe, 3 separate Braves players. And Johnson was working hard in the offensive zone. Moorfoot to Pickens on the far side. Tries to touch it up to Jack Selman, who can't get it out. Back into the Flyers zone it goes. Moorfoot up to Gousset on the point. And again, the Braves dump it in. Brian Goot tries to get it up, and Gousset tried to send it down low, but got deflected by the stick of the Flyers captain and goes up into the bench. So we'll see a face-off now with 8 minutes left to go in the first period.
Lewis Flyers really capitalizing offensively, making sure they're getting the puck back as quick as possible. Something that we didn't see as much of yesterday.
Caden Peter working hard in his defensive zone. Can't come away with that puck. Here Spence has a backhand opportunity, but again it's blockered aside by Zagat. Braves still have the puck. Big body check there by Brian Goot. Forces that puck over the blue line. Robertson now in his own zone will start his team's rush. Can't quite get it going. Grady Blessing will send it back in. Pickens now on the far side, hash marks. Sauces it up to Goot. And he was just out of his reach, that pass was. And so again, the Flyers will try again. Brian Goot in on Shack. Backhand centering pass. And that one went off the stick of Vinny Felice and forced Wickline to make a save. Dangerous play there for the Braves. Flyers still carry a lot of the momentum here late in period number 1 after scoring a couple early goals. They'll be looking to get maybe one more before the horn sounds. Here's Ricci on the point. Shot is just wide of the net. Rebound to DePego. Down low in the corner, Josh DePego is pinned up against the boards there by Melbourne. And a couple players from each team will hack away at it. Logan Stumpf has a shot. He fanned on it. Puck is kept in by Ricci on the point. Here Stumpf has a shot. And that one's patted aside by Wickline. Again, Flyers force a turnover. Logan Stumpf down to Wilninski. Backhand shot, Logan Stumpf! And a big left toe save there from Wickline off a sloppy turnover in his team's defensive zone. Wickline's keeping him in this hockey game. Grady Blessing back the other way, in behind everyone, and a save by Zaget again. Here's Fronte. He will backhand that one into the Braves' end. And a lot of action both ways here in period number 1. Into the zone is Tyler Bouchard, and a shot again is knocked down by Zaget, and he will soak it up. Flyers starting off this game with a bang today. I think had a little bit of something to prove after the game yesterday. Ended not in their favor. Here comes Ulmer speeding up the right wing boards, but couldn't quite chip it around the Braves defenseman there. And so we're going to see a neutral zone faceoff. 5:19 left to go in the first period. Puck is dropped. Here's Gousset over the rack on the near side. Up comes Borger. Leaves it for Blessing, but it's poked away by the Flyers. Dan Johnson up the left wing boards. Fights through a couple hits. And we've got a penalty coming up to the Braves. Excellent disciplined hockey there again by Dan Johnson to work hard in the offensive zone through physical contact from a couple Braves players. And that ended up with Jacob Gousset getting the hands up and taking a 2-minute minor penalty. Flyers to the power play.
And that's exactly what we're looking to see. That's that disciplined hockey that Jim Sawyer is instilling in this team. Not getting too aggressive, still making sure you're being physical, and you get positive results like that, Logan.
Here's Logan Stumpf on the point, has a shot, blocked by Nico Felice. Back to Stumpf. To Goot. He turns and shoots, and that one's blocked out in front and cleared by Zach Melvin. 15 seconds gone on the Flyers power play. They had a couple quality chances yesterday. I think they've been working hard on special teams in practice. Here's Scotty Ernsting. All the way down behind the net. We'll start the cycle. Ernsting to Stumpf. Slap shot is blocked out in front by Tommy Shack. And that puck is cleared all the way down. Flyers captain Goot went down hard in the offensive zone there and was slow to get up. Stumpf is dragged down again, and no call is made. 4 minutes left to go in the first period. 60 seconds left on the Flyers power play. Ricci to Stumpf. And the Flyers will try again here on the power play. Here's Jack Selman. Into the Brave zone on his forehand. We'll slow it down and set up. They turn it over. Here's Grady Blessing. We got another penalty coming up. And all the back the other way. Zagat made a save. And they're going to give Alagna a penalty.
And I was watching that play develop. Over in the far corner. Not exactly.
If anything, it looked like Alagna was the one being held right there.
Yeah, I mean, Alagna was definitely being held down to the ground. He's struggling to get back up, and it's visible that he was being held down himself. A curious call, but play goes on.
Either way, Alagna will sit for 2, 4-on-4 for the next 24 seconds. And then the Braves will be on the power play. Zach Melvin turns it over to Omer, who trips over the blue line and would have had another high-quality chance. Vinny Felice has it poked away by DePego. Back it comes. Tommy Shack penalty to Gousset is over. Braves to the power play. Here's Vinny Felice. Into the Flyers zone. Will dump it down low. Found by Contreras in the near side corner. Alagna's penalty anyway has about 1:10 left to go as the Braves will bring it back in. Here's Grady Blessing on the right wing side into the Flyers zone, down behind the net. Up to Gousset on the point. To Blessing. Fans on the pass to Brian Goot, and he will send it the length of the ice. Again, special teams, a big part of what makes a successful hockey team. Not just the power play. You also got to work on the penalty kill. Flyers showing what they're made of here with 30 seconds left on Alagna's penalty. Here's Bouchard. Comes back to him on the point. Here's Gousset to Tommy Shack on the near side. He tries a shot, an excellent shot block there by Wilninski. As he gets a stick from Ernsting on the bench. Over to Gousset on the far side. Walks down low, shoots, and that one went off the skate of Dan Johnson. Wilninski forced a turnover, and again will send it the length of the ice. And that will do it for the Braves power play. Flyers able to kill that one off without any problems. 1:15 left to go in the first period. Up to Alagna it goes. Here comes Ernsting. Will speed into the offensive zone. Can't quite get anything going with it. And so Caden Peter coming off for a line change right there. Spence in and will shoot. And that one's fought off by Zagat. Less than 60 seconds left to go here in period number 1. Braden Ricci to Pickens. Here comes Ernsting. He's into the offensive zone, tries to dangle through the defenseman. Unsuccessfully. Selman with a shot. Rebound finds Ernsting on the far side. Face-off dot. But he couldn't pull the trigger on the follow-up attempt. Here's Blue Beckwith. Is shut down by Alagna. And the Flyers playing shutdown defense here in the first period. 15 seconds left to go. Zach Melvin is in behind his net. Picked up by Nico Felice. 7 seconds left to go. He's hit hard by Ulmer. And Tyler Morefoot will send it behind the net, and that will do it for the first period. Flyers had a pretty good first period, found the net a couple of times, and I think really that was one of their best periods of hockey that we've seen today here at Canlan. What do you think, Matt?
You know, I really loved what I saw there. The Flyers coming out absolutely hot on offense, scoring 2 goals in the first period, not something that we saw last game. And I'm really loving what I'm seeing so far, Logan.
Yeah, I mean, again, anytime you're able to find the back of the net in the first period, that's a great way to kickstart the momentum for your hockey team.
Yes.
And now you're taking a 2-goal lead into the locker room. So hopefully they'll get some more words of encouragement from their head coach, Jim Swoyer. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with period number 2. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network.
I like to have everything perfect, even though it's hard to make it that way. So I'm going to be messing with these cameras like crazy the next hour. It's about 3.5 hours to get lower thirds for our guests and anchors, B-roll. But if you notice here too, we have kind of 2 different sets we're working with today. This is our normal anchor desk over there, and then we'll have Allie, one of our anchors, interview our guest Angie today. There you are. You have your mic?
Yes, I am mic'd.
All right. You are mic'd or you have it?
Myself up.
Oh, perfect.
Exams. They might have.
See that right there? That is perfect. Fantastic levels right there.
Testing center.
We got 2 minutes, so we're just gonna go back up to the top of the script. Are there mics down? 15 seconds. Play it. Ready on both their mics, 2 and 3. Take them.
Good evening. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Focuses on recycling and redistributing chemicals are to black
It's always
drivers,
important to
stopping
know
and
too how
arresting
long
people
each
without
clip is.
justification.
So it's like
and to have used
45.
force against people who weren't a threat of law to enforcement. The investigation is ongoing. Up
Both
next,
mics.
we will have your local news. We'll be right back.
Play it. Is it playing?
Should be.
All right, mics down.
Mics are down.
All right.
Think.
Oh, the first one, we're only going to have a minute. The first one didn't play, so I'll tell them. Ready on Allie's mic. And take it.
The mayor floor leader of Chicago.
Go ahead, Bridget.
Sanctuary
Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you caught me.
Following a disturbance that ensued.
mics.
Up next, we will have your Lewis Spotlight. Then we will have your Lewis Sports Update. Stay with us.
Play it. Mics down. Yeah, just where you were before. Make sure both of you guys are framed up right. Yeah, you're right there. You can just stay.
I am Citlali Romo. And I'm Allison Lankwitz. Have a great night.
Play it. Mics down. All right. You guys are clear. I thought it went pretty well. I know we had a lot of issues beforehand, and it was kind of chaotic. But I mean, overall, I thought it went fine. The anchors did a good job. I did an all right job. But it looked good, though. So hopefully, everyone go check it out on the YouTube channel. Got to shout it out.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
from Oak Point, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a graduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a commuter student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am Seti Bowen, also known as King Kwan, and I am proud to be a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an international student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm from St. Augustine, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an aviation maintenance major, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a first-year student, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a general construction pre-apprentice, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm an undergraduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a transfer student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a fully online student. I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm from Homer Glen, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I am an international graduate student from China. I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a women's basketball player, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
My name is William Jones. I'm glad to be a Flyer for Lewis University.
I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a graduate student at Oak Brook campus, and we are Flyers.
I'm from Chicago, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a track and field athlete, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am from Brazil, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I am a graduate student, and I am a Lewis Flyer.
I'm a biology and chemistry major, and I'm a Lewis Flyer.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers. We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
We are Lewis Flyers.
I pay attention for a living. I watch plays and make important calls. While I'm busy watching the game, I need your help keeping an eye on the stands. We all play a role in protecting our communities. If you see something suspicious, make the right call. Tell a law enforcement official.
My name is Grace Duflon. I am a double major in public relations and advertising, as well as organizational communication, and I am from Delafield, Wisconsin. I was searching for a major for almost 2 years, and I'm very glad that I chose public relations because I do really enjoy talking with others, being creative, writing, designing, and all of those elements are incorporated in the major. My Lewis experience has been very hands-on. There was one class in particular, our public relations writing class, where we got to work with SEO Community Development Services, and they work to revitalize neighborhoods and work with underserved communities. And this was a full semester project where we were able to create lots of public relations and advertising materials. And we also got to work on our client services skills because we met with the owner on a weekly basis. This project gave us great real-life experience and also helped me realize that I do love the client services aspect of public relations, and I would love to do that in my career someday.
Can you help me?
Mom, Dad, we're going out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, they're playing chess.
What you got there?
Will you help my mom?
She's real sick, huh? Hey, crew, I'll give the first move to anyone who signs up to be an organ donor. How do you do it?
Easy. Just go to organdonor.gov.
You heard him, organdonor.gov.
More donors means more hope. Sign up at organdonor.gov.
I'm Allison Linkwitz, and my majors are psychology and radio, television, broadcasting. My junior year, I realized that I had enough credits to pursue a minor, and it was recommended that I do radio, television, broadcasting just because I had discussed what I like to do with my counselor. I realized really quickly that it was something that I wanted to do full time. I got to take advantage of having my own radio show here through WLRA, and I realized I loved talking with people. I loved communicating with people, not just studying them like in psych,
but actually having conversations and being on air. And that's when I realized you can take whatever you're passionate about in your life and turn it into your living. My Lewis experience has been very impactful. I think I've grown to become more confident, and I think I've realized the ways that I was created by God, and now I'm able to change the world.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Lewis University is full of devoted students ready to take the first step into their future. A group of hard-working and devoted students using the tools and resources provided and the experiences and opportunities gifted to them to identify their passion and explore their purpose, working endlessly to find their true calling.
All right, welcome back to Lewis University Television Network. Logan Kapp alongside Matt Carlson for period number 2 of Flyers hockey. Saw a good 20 minutes of hockey already here at Canlan. Flyers ahead 2-0 after 1. Both goals coming courtesy of Logan Pickens. Flyers will look to extend that here in period number 2. Now, one thing I feel like we haven't talked about quite yet this whole weekend has been this coaching battle between the coaches. Coach Jim Swire, we've talked to him a few times on the Lewis University Hockey Podcast.
Yeah.
Gotten to know him a little bit. Born in Rochester, New York. Played hockey and baseball in college for New Hampshire.
Look at that.
He's a top 6 forward in hockey and a starter in baseball. It's very rare to have a two-sport athlete in college.
Right.
Has coached all around the world. He's coached players that are playing in the NHL, players in Russia, Sweden, all over North America, people who've been to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Some pro European players all over the entire world, right?
Yeah.
And we got Mike Gertler on the other side. He was also born in Rochester, New York. He did not know Jim Swire. He's a little bit younger than he is.
There you go.
But he played AAA hockey down there and has had a very interesting hockey career in that he played 8 seasons in the AHL.
Yeah.
8 seasons of minor pro hockey with the Peoria Rivermen, which in itself is very impressive. But in his final season, he won the President's Cup. That was in 2022.
Oh, wow.
Spring of 2022, won the President's Cup. Fall of 2022, you know what he did?
What did he do?
Started coaching Bradley hockey.
Wow.
So he's going into his 3rd season right now. Really knows what he's talking about when it comes to this beautiful game. So the battle of coaches, I believe, is the story of the weekend, in my opinion. So,
right.
Obviously, Bradley coming out on top yesterday, even though it was relatively even throughout the course of the game.
Right.
Flyers seem to have Bradley's number here at Canlan on Saturday afternoon, but we still got 40 minutes of hockey left. So we'll see what the rest of this game brings here as that puck gets dumped into the Flyers zone. In to get it is Blue Beckwith, and he's hammered by Ben Alagna. High off the glass it goes. Right comes down to Scotty Ernsting. Here comes the Magic Man. Ernsting in through a hit, and it will trickle over to Wickline, and he will cover up. .18:06 left to go in the second period. Flyers look to extend their lead as that faceoff is won by the Flyers, kept in by Caden Peter on the point. McQueen up to Spence. Bradley Captain is stripped by Wilninski, and he will send it up the near side board. Stump leaves it for Wilninski, who couldn't find it in his skates. And now Peter will send it up the far side. Gousset. Wilmot, Illinois native will bring that one into the Flyers' end. Blessing down behind the net. It's sent around by Duerfard. Tries to be sent up, found by Logan Stump. He gloved it down. Logan Stump in on the dasher board. Toe drag. Stump tries to roof it, and he missed the net and went straight out of play. A beautiful dangle there by the Flyers forward, but couldn't find the 4x6 opening. So we will have a face-off now in Bradley's end.
You know, we already have the Magic Man, Scotty Ernsting. Is it possible to have 2?
I don't know.
Maybe. We'll see.
That's a lot of magic. Puck is sent all the way down in the Flyers' end. Back to retrieve is DePego, and he will end up winning the race. And so all the way back to the Bradley end we go for a face-off after that icing call.
One thing I'm really liking to see here so far, Logan, is the Flyers pressuring Bradley offensively early. And as long as they can keep doing that, they'll get some good results.
Flyers looking to keep their foot down on the gas pedal. They haven't really had any super high quality shots as Johnson took a big hit in the neutral zone. Battle on the Flyers' blue line. And the puck will be sent in behind Sam Zagat. Ricci trying to find Selman with the pass, but it eluded his stick. And so Melbourne is tripped by Jack Selman. Off comes Wickline for the extra attacker, and Bradley will be going back to the power play.
And that is the first time we really seen, I mean, this is the second penalty the Flyers have taken this game. This is the first one this game where I'd say he may have earned that one. Struggling to grab the puck, got the stick caught between the feet. And a little helpless, no argument there. He knew what he did.
Selman will sit for 2 minutes with 16:10 left to go in the second period. Flyers will look to kill this one off and be successful like they were on the penalty they had in the first. Here's Tommy Shack. Sends it across to Nico Felice, who was momentarily tangled up there with the referee. And the Flyers will find it and try and send it out. It gets gloved down on the blue line. A centering pass comes back to him, and Zagat fought it off, and Nico Felice is right there in the blue paint, but Zagat was able to track and find that puck and keep it out of the net.
And I believe one of the Bradley players tried shooting that puck back into the net after the net came off its moorings there. And just a conglomeration of players inside and just outside the net there.
That's what you call a brouhaha in front of the net. The Brews have been hot here with 15:38 left to go in the second period. Braves win that puck. Here's Straker. Down low to Spence behind the net. He will find it. Back to the far side, Straker. Spence, Nico Felice now. Tommy Shack on the point. Far side, here's Grady. Blessing will shoot. Gets blocked out in front of the net by traffic. That puck is sent all the way down by Sam Werner. 60 seconds left on the Bradley penalty. Power play, I should say. Tommy Shack with speed over the Flyers' blue line will fight through a hit from Caden Peter. Shack centers that puck to no one. Flyers turn it over and have a shot, and that one was blocked out in front of the net by Beckwith. Grady Blessing. Near side, here's Vinny Felice down behind the net. Felice centering pass, shot, missed the net. Flyers will clear it, and we've got another penalty that was called by the referee in the near side corner. Braden Robertson will go for 2 minutes. Holding is the call. And this is a very unideal situation for the Lewis Flyers, who will have 31 seconds of 5-on-3 time to kill off.
Robertson just trying to get a little physical in front of net, maybe a little too physical there, in an attempt to keep the puck away from Zagat.
Either way, Flyers have a heck of a challenge in front of them. Nico Felice down low to Beckwith. He will skate it around the net. Nico on this side to Vinny. Shot. Saved by Zagat. Puck didn't make its way out. Here's Rack. Far side to Vinny Felice. Back to Rack. Shot. Saved by Zagat. Another shot. Saved by Zagat again. Rebound is sent behind the net. Bradley still has the puck. Zagat popped up And I think it went off the crossbar and out. And the Flyers, scrambling in their defensive zone, will get a stoppage of play.
Hey, it took the words right out of my mouth. Flyers indeed scrambling inside of their own zone there. 5-on-3 hockey, obviously not the easiest thing to do in the world, but, you know, they got 4 men on the ice now. 1:27 left to go, and the penalty.
As Matt said, the first penalty has expired. 5-on-4 hockey for the next 1:23. As Bradley has the puck in the near side corner. Bouchard down low to Spence. Up to Rack on the point. Back to Spence. Across. Here's Vinny. Shot. Saved by Zagat. Puck squeezed through Sam Zagat and was put into the back of the net. And Bradley converts on the power play.
And an unfortunate defensive breakdown there for the Lewis Flyers. And though the net again coming out, maybe not in time and as quick as the Lewis Flyers were hoping maybe it might have if it was going to.
I believe that was Tyler Bouchard who had the final touch on that one. One of the goal scorers from yesterday will put his team on the board with 13:48 left to go in the second period. Ernsting loses his handle, and the Flyers strip it. Brian Goot on top of the circle, shot saved by Wickline. Flyers looking to respond quickly. Puck just deflected up off the stick of Brian Goot. Did that go in the trash can?
It was close. I watched it. I thought it did, and I guess not. It was close.
Either way, it deflected out of play, so we'll see a face-off outside the Bradley blue line.
You think if they made it in, it would have been a three-pointer?
I think so. I think that's how that works.
Yeah, right.
Ernsting and Straker. Straker is warned on the face-off. We'll try again. Linesman doesn't want to drop it. And they're going to kick Ernsting out of the face-off now. But Goot comes in and wins it. Here's Scotty Ernsting. Into the zone, centering pass. Brian Goot couldn't find it. Sent into the far side corner and out. 13:13 left to go in the second period. Morefoot's back to get it behind his own net. Leaves it for Pickens. They turn it over. Paul Contreras tried to bring it to the middle and stuff it home, but Zagat was prepared and shut it down.
Not a very clean back pass by Morefoot there. Bradley looking to capitalize on that chance, weren't able to. Zagat finding that one in his glove. And it looks like Caden Ulmer will set up on the face-off here.
Ulmer and Vinny Felice. Ulmer wins it to Alagna, who will ring it around his own net. Morefoot in the far side corner will go up and out. Ulmer can't quite stick it down. Comes back to Morefoot in his own zone. Ben Alagna sauces it back to Morefoot. Johnson couldn't handle that pass, and so it squeaks over to McQueen. Alagna laying down the body in the neutral zone. Comes back to him. Here's Dan Johnson on the far side. Will shoot it as he enters the zone, but it gets blocked by traffic out in front of the net. Puck is roadblocked there by DePego. Johnson was tangled up with someone in the offensive zone, and a whistle goes as Johnson was down on the near side dasher boards in Bradley's end, and obviously frustrated is Dan Johnson.
It's a very physical hockey in the last about 30 seconds there. Lots of big hits. Not sure if something on the ice was said, but the physicality of that game upticked very quickly.
Either way, we're just going to see a center ice face-off here as that puck is slingshotted into the Flyers zone. Here's Vinny Felice in on the forecheck. His closed off. And it looked like DePego was tangled up with someone in the far side corner. And the Flyers will bring it back. Wilninski drop pass to Logan Stumpf. He will turn around to the point. DePego couldn't handle it. Back the other way comes Grady Blessing. Into the Flyers zone on the near side. Blessing behind the net. Will wheel around, turns and shoots. Rebound into the far side corner. Zagat made the save. Here's DePego. Behind the net, battles with Melbourne. Up to the point. Shot is saved again by Zagat. Flyers couldn't get it out. Paul Contreras with a shot. And Zagat soaks that one up. And it seems now Bradley is in control.
I think there are a couple calls that the Flyers were looking for on both ends of the ice simultaneously, and neither of them were called. Might have rattled the Flyers just a little bit, took their concentration away.
One by the Braves, and that shot is blocked by traffic out in front of the net. Goot leaves it for Ernsting. Here comes the Magic Man. Up the right wing boards, loses a handle, and is closed off by Gousset. Ricci on the point. Will send it back in down low. And Scotty Ernsting has the stick slashed out of his hands. Brian Goot with the puck. Near side corner. Brian Goot is pushed off the puck that time by Bosley. And a big body check there by Ulmer again, throwing his weight around a little bit. Here's Caden Ulmer. Picks up the puck into the zone. Far side corner, stops and tries to center it, but no one was there. Braves couldn't clear it. Robertson to Ulmer on the top of the circles. Backhand shot this time is saved by Wickline. Rebound found by Pickens, and he couldn't put it home. Wickline thought he had it and couldn't cover up. Another big body check by Caden Ulmer. And again, an all-star play from the Flyers forward this shift. Ulmer is taken down with no call. Ricci tries to backhand that one in, but couldn't. The Flyers turn it over. Wes Straker is pushed to the outside. A shot is saved by Zagat. He had to make a second stop on that opportunity as the rebound was not properly cleared. Selman will chip and chase around the defenseman there. Melvin stopped and stood Selman up. Here's Tommy Shack. Tries to feed Spence ahead. He's into the zone. Spence, and he scores.
Lewis Flyers defense leaving Zagat almost nearly all alone. And while he's proven even yesterday twice on both penalty shots that he can stand alone, he can't get them all, Logan.
Unfortunately not. That was an excellent stretch pass by Tommy Shack, who caught Andrew Spence in stride on the Flyers' blue line, sent him in all alone, and there's not much Zagat can do about that one. 9:26 left to go in the second period, all tied up now, 2 goals aside. Wilninski will shovel that one into the far side corner. Shack reverses it to Melvin on the far side. And another big body check there by Alex Fontaine. Into the zone now is Nico Felice. Tried a centering pass. And it will come over to Fronte. That puck was iced this time by the Flyers, so we're going to see a face-off on the near side. Face-off dot, 8:52 left to go in the second period.
Flyers been doing well today off the face-off. Going to have to try and win this one in their defensive zone and come back as the game is now tied 2-2.
One by the Braves, sent on net is blockered aside by Zagat. Flyers with a little bit of extra pep in their step after that most recent goal. Stumpf had to stop but couldn't control the puck. In it goes off the stick of Borger right to Zagat, and he will cover up again.
And Zagat's going to give the Flyers a little bit of a break there. Almost getting caught again, leaving a man all to himself for Bradley. Flyers looking to reset on the faceoff in their defensive end of the ice.
Ernsting ties up with Vinny Felice there on the faceoff. Flyers come away with the puck. Here's Brian Goot in 3-on-2. Goot is closed off, centering pass to Logan Pickens, and he fanned on the shot. He was tangled up with Vinny Felice. Puck trying to go high off the glass, but went straight out. So we'll see a faceoff now in Bradley's end.
Flyers winning the last faceoff. They're going to have to try and do it again, this time in the offensive end of the ice. Get a goal here with 8 minutes to go.
Logan Pickens back on the ice. He has both goals for the Flyers already as they win this faceoff. Ernsting in the far side corner finds the puck. Here's Scotty Ernsting on his backhand, pulls to his forehand. Scotty Ernsting finds the back of the net, takes the Flyers back ahead.
And that's exactly what the Lewis Flyers need to see from Scotty Ernsting. That ref just slightly getting in the way, kept the handle on the puck, bringing it all the way to the net himself and putting it right where it needs to be to score a goal right in the back of the net.
This line having all 3 goals for Lewis Flyers hockey today. Obviously have Braden Wickline's number with 8 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in the second period. Flyers are up by 1. Wilninski will tie up with Felice. Flyers have the puck. Into the zone is Wilninski. Leaves it for Caden Peter. He wasn't quite up to the task. Here's Peter back. Felice is in, and a shot is saved by Sam Zagat. Not sure even how that shot got off. Alex Fronte will send it up and out as Logan Stumpf is laying down the body contact. Here's Grady Blessing into the Flyers zone, far side, up to Gousset on the point. He has a shot deflected out in front of the net. Sam Zagat made the save off the deflection. Gousset fans on it. Here comes Alex Fontaine into the zone, and that shot is saved by Wickline. Ulmer down behind the net, working hard in the offensive zone. Centering pass finds Breachy on the point. Down low, here's Ulmer in the far side corner. Centering pass, can't find anyone. And that one gets sent right into the Flyers bench. This time it's the Braves scrambling in their defensive zone.
And the Lewis Flyers again coming back repeatedly over and over and over and over again. Pounding the Bradley Braves net. Keeping the pressure on. And we'll see what they can do here off the faceoff. They're gonna a little confusion as to where they're gonna set up.
Looks like we're gonna have a conversation between the 2 referees and 2 linesmen as to where this faceoff will be conducted. And it looks like we will go ahead and go in the near side face-off die. Puck bobbled around there in the face-off circle. Eventually the Flyers can't quite get it, and Jack Selman will take down someone behind the net. It looks like that's Zach Melvin, and Selman will be heading back to the sin bin.
And that puck, that stick rather, just barely getting caught up between the skates. And I don't by any means think that at all was intentional of any sort. an honest mistake, and he's going right back in the box.
Another big kill comes, 1-goal lead. They'd like to take it into the locker room. Here's Tommy Shack into the zone on his backhand, will shoot and go crashing into Sam Zagat. But Zagat kept the puck and Tommy Shack in front of him and has caused a stoppage of play.
Rats making sure the net once again hasn't come out, as it has many times before today.
When you got the big man Zagat sliding around in the blue paint, it's not uncommon for that net to come off its moorings. 6'4" goaltender has another save right there, fights off a shot from Straker. Here's Nico Felice, centering pass is blocked out in front of the net. Some contact in the near side corner. Tommy Shack on the point. Blessing on the far side. Across to Nico on the near side. Shoots! And I think that one got blocked out in front of the net. Blessing to Nico Felice on the point. Leaves it for Shack. Back to Nico. Comes this side. A save by Zagat. Another save. A third save by Sam Zagat. Working hard in the blue paint. Braves still have the puck. Nico Felice will shoot again. A save by Zagat. Puck will come back to him, and Zagat will pick it up with his blocker hand. Oh, mama.
We talked about Sam Zagat quite a bit yesterday, but just an honest mention right now. I mean, that just no stick, by the way. He had to leave his stick there for nearly the entirety of that play. And just the pure athleticism.
Still got 44 seconds of penalty time to kill off, the Flyers do. Here's Vinny Felice on the point. Sends it down low where it's received in the far side corner by Duerfard. He's still got it. Up to the point, here's Rack. Rack will have it far side. Here's Vinny Felice, walks in, shoots, and a save by Zagat. We'll kick that one up into the protective netting for another face-off. 20 seconds left on the tripping penalty to Jack Selman. 4:58 left to go in period number 2.
And the Flyers doing a great job holding on this penalty kill. Something that we've seen a few times already during this game, unfortunately, but it is good to see exactly how strong they are in the special teams unit that they've been working on so hard.
Braves win the faceoff again. Far side is Borger. Near side is Melbourne. He has a pass across and a kind of flubbed another pass, and that shot is wide of the net. 8 seconds left to go on Selman's penalty. Braves have it far side corner. Here's Vinny Felice. Walks it up, shoots, and a save by Zagat. Another shot is wide of the net. Penalty over, 5-on-5 hockey. Vinny Felice will wheel around the net. Centering pass finds Melbourne on the point. A shot, and that one was high and wide of the net. Gousset down low to Vinny Felice. And that puck is sticked back into the corner by Zagat. Paul Contreras has the puck. Gets it up to Borger. And Borger tried to find Melbourne on the point. And finally, that puck is cleared all the way down, allowing an exchange of troops from the Lewis Flyers. Puck was sent high off the glass that time by Gousset. And it will go far enough for an icing call. And that was a big kill for the Flyers on that most recent penalty, Matt.
It most certainly was. And they were out there for a long time. They were not able to clear that puck for a very long time. I might even say the entire penalty kill was spent in their defensive end of the ice, Logan.
Very long shift, and can swing the momentum pendulum back in the favor of the Lewis Flyers after that big kill. And they'll look to keep this 1-goal lead and take it into the locker room with 3:40 left to go in the second period. Puck is gloved down by Goot, and that shot was wide of the net. Corrales Goes off the boards, comes to Alagna on the point, tries a centering pass to Ernsting, but that puck hopped over his stick. Pickens in the far side, back to Ernsting. He pulls it to his stick and tries to shoot, but it will trickle wide of the net. Braves can't clear it out. Alagna on the point, near side, will shoot, tries to be deflected by Ernsting. And we've got a penalty has been called by the referee in the near side corner. And it looks like the Flyers will be heading to the power play.
And finally for the Flyers, able to get another power play. They've been performing well. We saw this yesterday, and we've seen it today. The Lewis Flyers have been performing quite well on the power play. They'll get just nearly the rest of the period to work this one out.
Jacob Corrales was the one that took that elbowing call. Puck is kept in by Alagna. No, it wasn't, in the opinion of the linesman. So we're going to see a face-up now out in front of the bench. But a very untimely penalty here at the end of period number 2 by Jacob Corrales, as his team is looking to tie it up before the intermission. Nico Felice will turn around and fire it all the way down the ice, forcing Zagat to make a save. 15 seconds gone on the Flyers power play. Ricci will quarterback it up to Alagna, who can't squeeze through a hit from Blessing, and back it goes into the Flyers zone. Alagna this time will try and quarterback it. Here's Selman on the far side to Ricci. He will skate it over the blue line into the Brave zone. Braden Ricci has it below the goal line. Ricci on his forehand far side will stop, and Blessing stripped it from him. Goot finds it on the point and can't squeeze through a couple hits from Blessing and Felice. So that allows the Braves to clear it all the way down. Half the power play for the Flyers is gone. Ernsting hops on the ice. He's into the Brave zone. Battles with Shack in the near side corner. Contact picking up. Here's Stump on the far side point to Pickens in the middle. Pickens to Ernsting. Slap shot is blocked out in front by Tommy Shack. Ernsting gets it back to Pickens on the point. Stump far side. Flyers set it up across the box to Ernsting on the near side. Scotty Ernsting walks to the middle. Still has it to the tricker man Pickens. He fans on it, and that allows Shack to pick it up and scoop it out. Stump to Ernsting. They'll get one more try at it with 15 seconds left, and that puck will bobble over to Braden Wickline, and he will hold on, and we'll see another face-off in the Bradley end. 11 seconds left on the Flyers power play, minute 20 left in the period.
Lewis Flyers doing a great job on this power play, consistently pressuring the Bradley Braves defense.
Face-off won by the Flyers, hopped over the stick of DePego. And the Flyers having a couple quality scoring chances. Here's Caden Ulmer into the zone. Ulmer on his backhand is pressured hard. We got another penalty coming up to the Bradley Braves. Blue Beckwith took down Caden Ulmer, who was coming in on a rush. And the Flyers will go right back to the power play.
From one to another to another. That was a nasty hit. Right into the wall, carried all that momentum. And the Flyers get another chance. And they'll get it going into the third period too.
Minute 4 left in the second period. Flyers back to the power play. That was Blue Beckwith who took that penalty. So it looks like we're going to try again here on the near side face-off dot. Ernsting, Goot, and Johnson out there. Here's Pickens on the point. Flyers have it now. Brian Goot off the pick from Ernsting. Flyers will set it up now. Ernsting will hesitate. Goot in the middle has a slap shot. Almost looked like his stick broke. Didn't get 100% of that shot. Dan Johnson in the near side corner will skate around the net. Pressured by Melbourne, taken down. Goot to the point. Here's Stumpf, minute 30 left on the power play. 30 seconds left to go in the period. Logan Stumpf will wheel around the net, is taken down, and that puck is cleared all the way out by the Braves. Looks like the Flyers were looking for maybe another call there. Jim Sawyer palms up on the bench. 10 seconds left to go in the period. One more rush for the Flyers as they turn it over. And it will get fired all the way down, and that will do it for the period. A lot of action there in period number 2. What were your thoughts on the second?
Well, I think the Lewis Flyers did a great job keeping themselves in the offensive end of the ice. Scoring another goal, keeping this game moving along for them. They're going to carry this energy into the third period, Logan.
Yeah, they had a couple of quality power play opportunities. I think they looked super organized.
Yes.
With their special teams. I know we talked to head coach Jim Sawyer on a couple episodes of the podcast. I know we mentioned this already, but they've been working really hard on their special teams game, and it shows. And
yes.
We've seen a couple really organized power play opportunities in the offensive zone. And so they'll be looking to convert. They still got 56 seconds of power play time when we come back from the intermission, which will be in about 14 minutes. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network. And so I also kind of wanted to talk about today some of the other stuff, that you've been bringing to Flyers hockey. We first met way back in the spring, and that was just before you had a little bit of a camp in the spring, we'll call it maybe, a training session, something, some weekend where you had a couple games. And you had some interesting tech that you brought with you that I was hoping we could just talk a little bit about today. Just to see, because I'm curious, being a hockey fan and a hockey guy. I mean, this is some cool tech that maybe gives you some information about some of the players on the ice. So maybe we could start there. Maybe we could start, what is this piece of technology and what kind of information does it provide?
So you're asking about the combine?
Yes.
Okay, so I refer to it as a combine. And with Hockey Biomechanics, I have the access to this technology, and it is a sensor technology. And so what we've done is in the rinks at Canlin, we put these sensors around, each player gets a tag, and then the sensors are able to capture all the movement information, everything from accelerating, change of speed, direction, how tight are your turns, what is your top speed, forward, backward, with a puck, without a puck, lateral movement, all of those things. So we can track it. And in the end, there's a cardio test where it will track how you're moving in the beginning, and it puts you through a pretty rigorous about 45 to a full minute worth of 45 seconds to a full minute of work, and how fast you're moving at the end. And it tracks this. And in the past, I've done the same type of thing, just myself learning how we move and what we do. I used to do what we refer to as biomechanic analyses, and we use lots of lasers. And with the laser technology, you could track how fast somebody goes from point A to point B. And given what we had for technology, that was really good. And we would video it, and we would analyze it, and we would break it down. The advantage of this is that it's not about how fast you go from point A to point B. It truly tracks how fast you're moving. And so there's a huge difference with that. Mm-hmm. And so we know how quickly somebody's able to accelerate. And a lot of people talk about, somebody who has a really good first two steps. Well, you want to know who they are. And more importantly, you want to know those that don't. And you want to be able to work with them on accelerating or changing speed or being able to have lateral movement and know what they're able to do.
Yeah. And so, I mean, some of the positive things that come out of that, because that what you just mentioned there was maybe something to look at, and maybe here's an area of improvement. Is that, I mean, all you're using that data for is just looking at,
here's areas of improvement maybe that we can use, or are you using not any of that data for like other things like positive? Wow, here's our team has this is all really good at this. Is that? I assume that's part of the analysis.
That's part of what you end up doing. When you start getting data and you start interpreting data, you can look at it as all the positives of look how fast this person is, or look how fast this group of people are, and you can sort of see where the average is for your team. But then on the flip side, it's who needs work on these things. Let's face it, we're a team, and if we can improve the weakest link or the weaker links, then we as a team are stronger and we get better. And so it also helps us identify that as well.
Yeah. So with hockey biomechanics and using this in practice, you consistently have been using this in your practices then?
No. We set it up once and we capture the data, and we have the data and we have the reports. We will do it again, but it's not something that you do every day.
Okay.
Now, if you were to work with pro teams and you're out there with pro teams, those guys have tags on them every day. And what they're doing is they're actually cross-analyzing everything from, they're tracking every heartbeat of every athlete on the ice. They're tracking their speed. They're tracking all of the stuff that's actually going on in the body. And there could be, for instance, somebody who's not skating as fast one day, and they can look at it, but their heart is going fast. Well, what's going on there? And what they use that for is to be able to pull players off the ice, make sure that they're healthy, make sure that they're okay. And those kinds of systems are financed by pro. They have a pro budget. We do not.
Sure. Right. So it sounds like you're more using this system as like a source of fitness testing,
Correct.
Essentially.
Well, it's fitness and skill. You're skating.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Sure.
And obviously, we'll have to work on the funding for the pro system, because then we can get some nice tracking lines for the broadcast where we can,
that'd be great.
Right.
The Fox track puck, bring it back.
The Fox track. Well, you can do that. They're actually the company that I work with on this, Drive Hockey. They are actually looking at that. They're putting sensors in the puck. They want to be able to track the puck. And the idea of this is that ultimately you could use it in theory to sort of replace video, because you would know where everything is, you know where the other team is. But I think we're a long way away from that.
Sure.
Yeah. And where do you see this going for like a college hockey team, right? Obviously, the pros use it on a pretty regular basis. Like for a team like Lewis, where do you see technology? Like, how do you see technology impacting the game for you guys specifically? Like as time, like in the next 5 years, we'll say.
Well, all this technology is available, and these kinds of things can be used. I do think that one of the things that we in Lewis we need to do is we need to come up with a video solution. And it's not like what the broadcast is, which you guys have, but I am in the final stages of putting that together, and hopefully we're going to have a video system in place. And that is the information that these guys have to see this to really teach them, and so that they can understand where they are. It's a 3-dimensional game, 2-dimensional game. You have to be able to read and react and respond to what the other team is doing. And if you're not using video effectively, it's really hard to teach. And we're asking these guys to do things that they're not used to doing. This neutral zone flow and being able to do things like that. It's not everybody grew up doing this. And a lot of coaches are up and down the ice as opposed to more east-west. So,
yeah. And I really respect that you can recognize the difference between video footage, game footage, and the broadcast. Because that's a consistent conversation that happens with other sports and throughout the university, and not just here but everywhere. What's the difference between having a good broadcast and having good game footage? And so I respect that a lot, that you can take that and know that there's a difference, and what you're looking for is different than what I'm looking for. Right. What people want to watch isn't what game footage.
Oh my God, no. Yeah. And this isn't for posterity. This isn't for the highlight video.
Right.
We want it back, and we want to be able to see maybe half the rink without have the camera having to move.
Yeah.
Because you want to see how it's moving, and it doesn't matter who it is. It's just a matter of us versus them.
Yeah.
Right. And so then, moving into the next series, the next time we see you guys back in action is at home at Canlan on the 27th and 28th. You're playing Bradley University. What's looking forward to that game? What are you kind of thinking? I mean, you have a weekend off this weekend, so you came off the road trip last week. You said you talked a little bit about practice this week, but you've got 4 practices this week. You got 4 next week, I believe, as well. So what are your thoughts on that series?
So we are building. There's always a process, right? So we look at this, and you have 2 weeks to get ready for another weekend. So we focused on the components that we really needed to work on. It was more 5-on-5. Next week is going to be a little bit more special teams, and we're going to get into and some of the unusual stuff, because depending on where you're going, if somebody gets a penalty at the end of the game and you're able to capitalize on a 6-on-4 or even a 6-on-3, you play that differently. And some of the guys haven't really worked on that or really thought about it. It's not just go out there and now you're just passing around 2 less people. It's take advantage of it and get shots and create.
Dear Samara.
Dear Colin.
Dear Allie.
Dear Tony.
Greetings from a fellow Flyer.
College is a transformative time filled with opportunities to discover your passions, build lifelong friendships, and develop skills that will serve you well in the future.
Like you, I was once navigating the challenges and joys of college life, and I want to assure you that you are not alone in this journey.
Lewis University is a community that cares deeply about its students.
Whether you are a first-generation college student, a working professional returning to school,
or anywhere in between, know that Lewis is here for you.
Take advantage of the opportunities to get involved on campus.
Join clubs and organizations and connect with your peers.
These experiences will enrich your college life and create memories that will last a lifetime.
The challenges you face are stepping stones to growth and success.
Embrace them,
learn from them,
and know that you have the strength to overcome them.
Hold on to your dreams.
And stay true to who you are.
You have the potential to make a difference in the world.
And Lewis is the perfect place to start that journey.
The world is waiting, and we are all cheering you on.
Brianne Mayer, class of 2017.
Tammy Billings, class of 1997.
Mary Kramer, class of 1989.
All right, welcome back to the Lewis University Television Network. Logan Kapp alongside Matt Carlson for period number 3 of Flyers hockey. We've seen 40 minutes of hockey so far at Camlin here today. Flyers are ahead by 1 goal. We're ahead by 2 goals after 1 period. The Flyers will look to close out the first W of the season for their team. Here's Brian Goot up the right wing side. Can't quite force it in. The Flyers are working hard in the offensive zone. Goot. Puck can't be stick down. Here comes Grady Blessing. In on Ernsting. Blessing tried a centering pass to Vinny Felice to no avail. Blessing gets the puck back and is knocked down by Ernsting. And that shot from Rack on the point is blocked aside by Zignette. The Flyers did start period number 3 on the power play, but did not get very much going with that opportunity. Penalty is over, 5-on-5 hockey. Here comes Stumpf. Is taken down. We got another penalty coming up to the Braves. And again, this is the second time in a row, Matt, that their penalty expires. The Braves, and they will be heading right back in to the box.
And this is 6 straight minutes of power play action for the Lewis Flyers. If any time is to capitalize, it is now.
Zach Melvin was the perpetrator that time. So like Matt said, with 6 minutes in a row, basically, of power play time, the Flyers need to convert and really make Bradley pay for committing some of these infractions. Here comes Braden Ricci to Wilninski. The push and back entry as Wilninski wheels into the zone. Flyers set up, Selman on the point. Umbrella style, far side, Alagna's got it now to Ricci in the middle. Ricci to Wilninski. Flyers in control. Wilninski centering pass, blocked. Wilninski gets it back. Tries to go across to Alagna. Is blocked partially, but it did get through. And Spence is able to fight through the stick of Ben Alagna and send that puck all the way down. Flyers again, pace of play slowing down in the third. We saw some of this yesterday as the game went on. Pace of play really slowing down as Ulmer's into the zone. 50 seconds left on the Flyers power play. Goot with a shot is blocked out in front of the net by Vinny Felice. Goot forces another turnover. Flyers captain in the near side corner. Tried a centering pass. Has it stripped. Ernsting forced the turnover. Pickens to Stump on the far side as Goot is battling hard in front of the net with Vinny Felice. Logan Stumpf to Ernsting. Turnaround pass back to Stumpf in the near side corner where Felice is hit by Goot. And some more contact between Goot and Felice. That'll be something to keep an eye on the rest of this hockey game. As Stumpf finds it, tries to hit Ernsting on the point. And that was just out of his reach, and we'll go all the way back down. And that will do it for the Flyers power play. Ernsting into the zone. On his backhand, can't split the D. And the puck will trickle over to Braden Wickline, and he will hold on. Another unsuccessful power play attempt for the Lewis Flyers.
And to be fair to the Lewis Flyers too, they learning all these new plays, and there's we've known about practicing their special teams and having all new setups, making sure that they're capitalizing on those chances is something that they're going to want to look at. As the puck was taken to the roof and all the way back down, will reset in the Flyers' offensive end of the ice.
Flyers have been working hard on special teams. The power play at the end of that second period really was showing some positive signs, but they were still unable to convert on any of those 3 power play opportunities. So Flyers will look to hold on to this 1-goal lead as we enter the final minutes of period number 3. Braves turn it over. Here's DePego in the offensive zone. Centering pass, shot, rebound, saved by Wickline. Flyers still have the puck. Here's DePego in the near side corner. Josh DePego across the ice. Here's Dan Johnson, with that shot. Johnson is on one knee and stood up by Paul Contreras. He takes the puck now into the Flyers zone. Ulmer rings it around, couldn't be found by Fronte, and that will go all the way down in the Braves' end. Melvin winds it up and is into the Flyers zone now on his forehand, forced behind the net by Alagna. Tried a centering pass. Johnson fanned on it. Melvin got it back, but luckily for the Flyers, Wilninski was able to stick that one out. Oh, a quick whistle there by the referee. I think Zagat wanted to play that one, but in any case, we'll see a face-off in the Flyers' end of the ice. 15-16 left to go in the third period. Flyers up 3-2.
Seeing some possibly questionable calls on the ice. Things not being called during this game.
Flyers doing everything they can to maintain this 1-goal lead as that puck is punched into the near side corner by Zagat, picked up by Ernsting. Here he comes, weaving into the Bradley end. Shot is saved by Wickline. Another shot, and that one finds the back of the net. Logan Pickens with the hat trick here at Canlan.
And what a way to come back. They're taking some big hits out there. And as you've mentioned, they're slowing down in the third period. It's a trend that we've been seeing from this Lewis Flyers team. And they're able to come back with whatever energy they've got in this third period and score a goal. And they're just able to show that even if they may not be coming into this third period with the same energy, they could still score goals. They could still win this game.
Logan Pickens, Brian with the hat trick. Brian Goot went and picked up that puck. Here comes Goot into the zone. Ernsting in the middle, loses his handle. Back the other way with speed comes Grady Blessing. Up the right wing side into the Flyers zone. Blessing is forced behind the net by Braden Ricci. Blessing and is lit up right there by Brian Goot. Flyers are firing on all cylinders right now. Here's Ernsting into the offensive zone, far side corner. Will turn away from a hit from Tommy Shack, and that centering pass was sticked away from Jack Selman. Shack up the far side board. Spence trying to go across the ice, but it's broken up by Dan Johnson. Morefoot back in his own defensive zone. Will go across to Alagna. Alagna kind of fanned on that pass. It worked out and got out of the zone. But now Alagna's tying up there with Nico Felice. Into the zone is Nico. On his forehand, Nico around the net. Wraparound attempt is saved by Zagat. Puck squirted out in front into the slot area and is fired home. Zagat goes palms up. Maybe wanted a whistle.
And I don't think he was the only one looking for a whistle. It seems to be some conversation with the refs.
That was Vinny Felice who hammered that one home, and we have a question now.
Selman was looking for a whistle. Zagat was looking for a whistle, and they didn't get the whistle they wanted.
Looks like that will count. Vinny Felice led his team through the line, so I believe he was the one who put it in past Zagat off the assist from his brother Nico. Flyers now still up by 1 goal, but just had their lead sliced in half at the hands of the Felice brothers. Here comes Vinny again. We'll dump that one into the Flyers zone. Is closed off by Logan Stumpf and will give him a little extra shot after that hit. And at this point in the game, Matt, both teams need to be careful.
Yeah, there's a lot of rough play out there. Things that maybe should be getting called, and I'll say for both the Flyers and the Braves, and getting away with a couple things out there in terms of the physicality of this game.
Flyers win that face-off. Pega will send it behind his own net. Dan Johnson tried to go across the middle in his own defensive zone. Breaks the number one rule of breakouts in this game. Ernsting now will skate it out of the Lewis end and bring it in and fire, but that was wide of the net. DePego keeps that one in on the point, but the Braves are able to force that one out. 12:45 left to go in the third period. 4-3 is the score in favor of the Lewis Flyers. That goal comes after really a lack of opportunities either way in this third period. We saw a lot of action in the second. Some high-quality chances going both ways, but as we noted earlier, pace of play slowing down here in the third period. But obviously the Braves are able to take advantage of it. Robertson up to Selman. Touch pass to Dan Johnson. He turns it over. Back comes Vinny Felice. Into the zone, will shoot. And Ricci blocked that shot. Vinny gets it back in behind the net on his backhand. Vinny Felice turns away from Caden Omer. Back on the near side. Vinny Felice around the net, shoots. And a save by Zagat. Puck is up and out. Cleared by Dan Johnson. Flyers have a full line change as the Bradley Braves are coming back the other way. Puck is lofted up and over the net into the near side corner. Here's a shot from the point by Zach Melvin. Is easily handled by Zagat, and he will hold on for a whistle-stopping play.
And I want to briefly commend the Flyers defense, staying on their man in that chance the Braves had a few moments ago.
Set face-off play sends Stumpf ahead, but Zach Melvin was prepared for it and was able to block that pass. Another attempted pass by Alagna across the middle is blocked in front of the net by the Braves. Pile up in the near side corner. Puck is found by Blessing on the point. Shot blocked. Here comes Walninski up the left wing side. And he's shut down by Melvin. Into the zone are the Flyers. Logan Stumpf closed off. Here comes Grady Blessing back the other way. Stumpf just took a hooking penalty. Flyers will be going back to the kill. Centering pass. Extra attacker for the Braves. Goalie off the ice. Couple shots, and Zagat able to manage and keep the puck out of the net. But the Bradley Braves will be going back on the power play after Logan Stumpf took a hooking penalty.
And Logan, I think the moment that whistle blew for that hooking penalty on Stumpf, the Flyers seemed to get a little bit discombobulated out on the ice. Flying all over the place. Lucky to get the whistle there.
It's a huge kill for the Lewis Flyers with 10.5 minutes left in the third period. Flyers are still up by 1. Near side corner. Down low to Nico. Comes back to him. Nico Felice on the far side will set it up. Shack to Blessing. Near side. Tried to find Nico on the far side, but Shack will keep it in. Down low in the corner. Back to Nico. Stick handles. Will walk to the middle. Tried a centering pass. Traffic blocked it out in front. Eventually, it is cleared by Ricci. Flyers will change all 4 guys off of that clear. Here comes Tommy Shack with speed up the right wing side into the Flyers zone. Will absolutely run over Sam Zagat, who was coming out of the net to cover up that puck. And again, I don't think we're going to see a call on that one either.
I don't think so. The Flyers look like they're arguing a little bit over behind Zagat's net with the linesman. That's just not something you do. You see the goalie coming out. You may be carrying momentum, but dropping the shoulder into Zagat is not the move. And I'd say Shaq is lucky to get away with that one.
Shaq is entitled to his skating lane. However, Matt, as you pointed out, the lowering of the shoulder was a little unnecessary in my opinion, but again, who am I? I'm just a guy with a microphone. Here's Rack. Sends it down low in the far side corner. Minute 8 left on the Bradley power play. Rack will chip it over to Vinny. Here's Duerfard. It's the cross to the middle. Shot is saved by Sam Zagat. That was Matthew Borger with that one. And again, the Flyers netminder coming out on top.
Really getting himself in the meat of this mess. Finding the puck, keeping his eyes on it is Zagat.
See another face-off to Zagat's left wing side. 54 seconds left on the Bradley power play. Rack couldn't keep it in. Omer's right on his tail. On the forecheck, Caden Omer throwing the body around on the penalty kill. Here comes Vinny Felice. Weaves through the neutral zone. Vinny's in on his forehand, will have a drive. Another shot is saved by Zagat again. Rebound to Vinny. Walks, shoots. Another save by Zagat. Far side, Duerfard has the puck to Rack. Shot blocked by Omer out in front. Braves still have it. Vinny Felice in the near side corner. Will walk to the middle, tries to drive it home, and Vinny Felice couldn't quite squeeze it through Sam Zagat. And again, physical contact with the Flyers netminder.
And I'm not entirely sure, and the helmet seems to have come off of Zagat in that mess. But there, you are right, Logan. There's a lot of physicality towards the Flyers goaltender. And I still stand my point in saying that the Braves may be getting away with some things here.
Again, you have to commend the Lewis Flyers for showing all this discipline. As Brian Goot will bring it back into the Braves end. Goot is closed off by Melbourne. And again, Goot working hard on the penalty kill. Pickens forces a turnover to Ernsting in the middle. Scotty Ernsting with the shot, rebound. Goot couldn't find it. Back the other way comes Nico Felice with speed up the left wing side. Nico's around the defenseman. Felice has it, kicked aside by Zagat. Puck was found behind the net, centered, and didn't get a lot on that shot. But again, Zagat comes out on top. And the Flyers were successful on that penalty kill. And so we're back to even with 8:03 left to go in the third period. Flyers still up 4-3.
And just then on that defensive play, Flyers looked like they were scrambling just a little bit. Glad to get that whistle and be at the faceoff.
Faceoff won by the Braves. That was Blue Beckwith who just slapped one on net to no avail. Here comes the Flyers. Wilninski with speed up the right wing side is into the Braves zone. Will chip and chase down into the corner. Around the net to Alagna on the point, and he's run over there by Andrew Spence. Flyers still retain possession. Alagna able to hop up and maintain composure after that huge body check by the Braves captain. Alagna comes back to him. Near side here, Stump. Couldn't get a stick on it, and Blessing will send it across. Into the zone now is Grady Blessing. He's stood up again by Ulmer, allowing Stump to bring it back behind the net. Here's Caden Ulmer. Will just lose his handle. Back the other way comes the Braves. Vinny Felice is into the zone. Shot from the faceoff dot is blocked. Melvin winds up and has a drive. Again blocked out in front of the net. Centering pass is deflected into the near side dasher board, where it's cleared by Selman. But again, the Braves hammer down on the gas pedal, send it right back in. Selman behind the net. Turns it over to Grady Blessing. A shot, hit traffic out in front. DePago's in front of the net there, tangled up with Borger. Borger just cross-checked Caden Peter right in front of the net, way behind the play. And again, Flyers aren't getting that call. Here's Ernsting. Centering pass to Caden Peter on the point. He will send it down low. Pinballs to Ernsting. Back on his backhand is Scotty Ernsting, the Magic Man. In the zone, turns and shoots, and that one is blocked again out in front of the net. Puck will find its way back to the stick of Ernsting. Selman now will leave it for Ernsting. DePego. Shot on the point is deflected by Wes Straker out in front of the net. Peter now on the point will have a drive. Blocked again by Blessing. Braves doing a good job helping out their netminder. It was probably 3-4 block shots just on that drive alone. So again, Bradley Braves doing a good job in their defensive zone. Peter to Ricci. Flyers will try and get something going, still ahead by 1. Want to just try and maintain the pressure in the offensive zone with 5:17 left to go in the third period. Robertson will send it in down low. Wilninski on the far side falls down on the play, and that allows Rack to stick it out. Paul Contreras fights through a body check there from Brian Gute, but the Flyers force a turnover. Here's Wilninski. Fancy dangle move, still has the puck down below the net. Jake Wilninski near side corner up to Robertson on the point. Across, here's Caden Ulmer now. Off balance, caught that one. Wilninski has it near side point. Couldn't find Ricci with that hot pass. Got to be careful. Paul Contreras is in, and Ricci boxed him out. Did an excellent job. Spence has it now with a shot. And that one gets deflected way up into the rafters here at Cantlin. And that drive by the Bradley captain is no good. We're going to see a face-off again in the Flyer zone. 4:35 left to go in this third period. Flyers still ahead 4-3.
Flyers picking up the pace here and near the end of the third period. And they're just offensively just picking it up.
Logan Stump pounds it on the hash marks, turns it over to Tommy Shack down low. Shack tried a centering pass, found Vinny Felice, and he tried to go upstairs, but he missed the net entirely and went straight up into the protective netting. And so again, we're going to see a face-off in the Flyers' end.
And I think the Flyers are looking to reset after a series of plays here in their own end of the ice.
That face-off will come outside. It must have been deemed that that puck wasn't touched by anything. It was just shot directly out of play. And so we'll see a face-off now in the neutral zone, won by the Braves. Here's Shack. Saucer pass to Vinny Felice, and he will dump it in Catawampus into the near side corner. Gute can't stick it out. Glove down by Tommy Shack, and he stood up by the Flyers captain to a huge ovation from the Flyers bench. Here's Alagna. Touch pass to Gute. A big reverse hit this time by Alagna on Duerfard. Flyers picking up the physical play with less than 4 minutes left to go in this hockey game. Vinny Felice is closed off. In the puck goes to the Flyers' end. Logan Pickens on the far side, hash marks. Leaves it for Peter, who will send it up. And a traffic jam now in the neutral zone. Ernsting will come away with it. Another magic trick by the Magic Man as he tries a shot. And that one gets blocked out in front. After a series of hard body checks, here comes Nico Felice back into the Flyer zone. Nico has a shot, and he beats again. Low glove side. Nico Felice has tied it up with 3:07 left to go in period number 3.
And when looking back at that play, Logan, Flyers defense seemed to look a little, again, almost a little lackadaisical. Like they saw the play coming and didn't really want to do much about it. I'm not really sure what was going on there. But that's something they might need to look at.
Flyers maybe had a question. The Flyers have really been playing well in this third period, have really controlled the pace of play for the most part. But all it takes is one opportunity, and this game is tied. Less than 3 minutes left to go. Here's Walninski up the left wing side, is pushed down to the ice. Penalty coming up to the Bradley Braves. Flyers still have it. We'll send it in down low. Bradley touches up, and the Flyers will have a huge opportunity here late in period number 3 to go back on the power play. Tripping penalty has been assessed to Matt Borger.
And once again, we're going to see the Lewis Flyers power play unit. And they've been successful in keeping the puck in the offensive end of the ice, but they have not been successful yet in scoring on a power play. And we'll see if they can achieve that goal right now.
Flyers have had a series of power play opportunities. This is the biggest one by far of this hockey game. Here's Dan Johnson behind the net. Finds Ernsting on the face-off dot. He will wind up and fire rebound. Couldn't be put home by Johnson. And that puck will trickle out of the zone. Logan Stumpf looks to keep the pressure applied. He's into the zone. Shot. Hit the post with the shot. Logan Stumpf. Already 30 seconds into this power play, it's been the best one for the Lewis Flyers all game. They've still got 1:20 left as Selman will commence the push and back entry. Here comes Logan Stumpf into the zone. Down low behind the net is Logan Stumpf to Pickens on the point. To Stumpf. Across near side. Here's Ernsting. Will battle through a hit there by Grady Blessing. Ernsting's taken down to Stumpf. Shot. Blocked by DePego out in front. Puck sat there momentarily, but it's pitchforked all the way out back into the Flyers' end. 1.5 left to go in the third period. 45 seconds left on the Flyers' power play. Here comes Logan Stumpf. We'll send it up to DePego, who will stick it ahead to Selman. Into the zone now, cross ice, tries to find DePego. And the Flyers will slow it down in the neutral zone. Minute left in this very entertaining, very energetic hockey game. Here comes DePego into the offensive zone. Tries to drop it, but no one was there. Zagat comes out to play it, and that power play has expired. 5-on-5 hockey. 43 seconds left to go. Blessing forced the turnover in front of the Flyers bench and tries to send it in, but goes off the linesman and right into the bench. So we're going to see a neutral zone face-off here with 39 seconds left to go.
The Flyers getting a great chance, an early scoring goal. The only thing in the way was the post. And again, that was by far the best power play they've had all game.
Face-off won by the Braves, sent up the far side by Melbourne, turned over. Here's Ernsting. Has it sticked away, but is still battling in the offensive zone. Shot by Morefoot, finds its way over to Pickens on the far side. Ernsting walks in, shoots off the crossbar. It's in the net. It's in the net. Scotty Ernsting has taking the Flyers back ahead with less than 20 seconds left to go. Huge goal for the Lewis Flyers.
That's exactly what we're looking for once again. That may just be the game winner as the Lewis Flyers come ahead 5-4, 19.4 seconds left on the clock. That one was just coming. That one, you just kind of felt that one. The momentum was moving their way slowly as the period went on. And again, that's just one of those goals that it was coming.
Flyers have a huge goal. Less than 20 seconds left to go, forcing Bradley to take a timeout. And clearly, the Flyers are in control in this hockey game.
And Bradley having to take a timeout is just shows the immense pressure that Lewis has been able to put on them in this last minute here of the game.
Yeah.
And you can't have more of a feel-good moment than that. You know, less than 30 seconds left in the game. You know, you're pressuring. It comes to fruition with a goal. Bradley has to take a timeout. These guys, all they have to do is close this game down.
Jim Sawyer up on the boards, barking out orders to his team. All they have to do is get through the next 19.4 seconds, and the Flyers will have their first win of the season.
And a Flyers victory is what we love here up in the booth. We love to see it happen.
Braves will start with the net empty. 6-on-4. Bradley wins it. Here's Rack. Is closed off. Found by Spence. He's into the zone. Broken up by Brian Goot. 10 seconds left to go. Ulmer gets it out. Caden Ulmer over the red line will send it in. And it will not be an icing call. Flyers have won it in regulation time. Sam Zagat earns his first win in the Lewis Flyers uniform.
And I don't think this team could be more ecstatic about that win, especially coming off of yesterday's loss. They had such an opportunity yesterday to win. They are fighting so hard. They cleaned up those rough edges today, and the result was a win. And a first win on the Lewis Flyers 2024-2025 season.
You can see the excitement in Sam Zagat as that final horn sound to our left-hand side. Clearly a huge weight lifted off his shoulders after he was unable to find that first win last year. Battling hard all year.
And Jim Swire, new head coach of the Lewis Flyers, will be ecstatic to have picked up that first win as well. And I'm sure it'll be a topic of conversation in the Lewis Hockey Podcast coming up next week.
You can see the joy and excitement on the faces of the Flyers players. We're equally as excited here in the broadcast booth. We're going to head out for a short break, then we'll be right back with the postgame show. You've been watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network. All right, welcome back to the Lewis University Television Network. Logan Kapp here with Logan Pickens, and that was one heck of a performance you guys had today. What are you feeling right now after the first win?
Electric.
Electric?
It felt great, beautiful.
Yeah, you had 2 goals early. You obviously had the hat trick. What were you thinking after you scored those first goals in the first period, the first 2?
I just knew we needed more, and there's never not enough, so got to keep putting them in.
Yeah, I mean, you saw these guys yesterday. Was it helpful at all for you to see these guys yesterday, and did you take anything out of that game and bring it to the game today?
Yeah, we adapt to their systems, and then we put different guys out to match up lines with them and make sure it all flows well with them and make sure we shut down their main guys.
Yeah, no, you guys did an excellent job today. I thought you guys played really well. Obviously, too, we can't fail to mention Sam Zagat got his first win.
Beautiful.
How was he feeling in the locker room after the game?
He's loving it. I think it was his first one, actually, so he's
think
loving
so.
it.
Yeah, I know. I talked to him over the summer. He was really looking forward to that, so we're really glad he got to see it. But you know what this means now that you got the hat trick? Is you were the guest on the Lewis University Hockey Podcast this week. So now going forward, you've really set the bar pretty high for the guests.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard that, go check it out. It's on the Lewis University Podcast channel. Our guest today, Logan Pickens, congratulations on your first win. You guys played great. Thank you all for tuning in. You've been watching Lewis Hockey on the Lewis University Television Network. For the whole crew here, Matt Carlson, my dad, Mike Kapp, Tony DeNardis, we thank you very much. We'll catch you all on the next one.